Hey, thanks for clicking on the video. Today, I want to start out by asking you a question. How much energy does Demolitionist regen per kill? Well, if you said 10% or 20%, you'd be correct, as it depends on the weapon. Recently, there's been a lot of buzz about Forbearance and the new god roll, of course, being Demolitionist plus chain reaction. That's because you can easily get one entire grenade from just one shot. Forbearance falls in the 10% per kill category, but when you pair that with Indomitability, which is 5%, you should be getting an entire grenade in just 7 kills, which is very doable thanks to chain reaction. And this synergy and the lowered ceiling for our grenade is why so many people are gravitating towards this weapon and this specific perk combination. And while that is totally cracked, I have this Forbearance here. I've got a lot of kills on it already. When I was making my video on this, I said this. There were times where I would kill probably 5 or 6 enemies and I'd only get like 20% energy back, maybe 30, like 2 or 3 kills worth. Definitely not how many I actually killed. A day later, what exactly is going on? Well, to showcase this, we're going to be using this Judgment with Demolitionist, which puts it in the same regen category as Forbearance, meaning we get 10% per kill. So we're here at Chi, an easy place to get a lot of kills. I'll use my grenade and it should just take 10, so we'll count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I don't know how good you guys are at math, but it was 8 more. So what exactly is going on? Is this a bug? Is this a nerf? Why isn't Demolitionist refunding our full grenade in just 10 kills? That's what it's supposed to be doing. Well, actually, since the beginning of this season, energy regen perks have been tied to cooldown tiers. Also, before we analyze this more, I really want to thank this lovely commenter for commenting on my Forbearance video and finally waking me up to this fact. But back to what's going on, how can we get a better grasp of what's actually happening? Well, to do this, we just got to go to our subclass. For grenades specifically, it's all about the cooldown tier. Solar grenades, which is what we were just on, has the longest cooldown of 2 minutes and 32 seconds, which converted to quote unquote 10% per kill, takes 18 kills. So what happens if we use Firebolt grenade, which is our shortest cooldown grenade? Well, replicating exactly what we just did, I'm gonna go ahead and expend my grenade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 kills. Of course, I have a little bit of regen, so it's not exactly 10, but that is half. And honestly, this wasn't a secret. This isn't anything hidden. Bungie let us know way back in December. In one of Bungie's blog posts, they had this to say. Starting in update 7.3.0, the base passive cooldown tiers for abilities will also influence the amount of chunk energy they receive from perks. For our fastest charging abilities, things are not changing, but as we progress through the passive cooldown tiers into the slower charging abilities, that immediate burst of energy will be reduced to a floor of 50% of base for our slowest charging grenade and class abilities, and 60% for our slowest charging melee abilities. So again, comparing the two examples I just showed you, our longest cooldown grenade took 18 kills, our shortest cooldown grenade took 9. That is exactly double. It's working as intended, but of course that means Light GG's Demolitionist community notes is kind of just wrong, at least for any grenade that doesn't have the fastest cooldown. So if we take what we just learned, again, we're still on Firebolt, and we use Forbearance instead with Demolitionist and chain reaction, then you can really start to toss out grenades. There, I got my entire grenade back after throwing it without even shooting, simply for the delayed explosions from chain reaction. However, this wouldn't be the case with solar grenades. And of course, this does translate to every other subclass, so Void, Arc, Strand, whatever. If you're trying to get your grenade back in as little kills as possible, going for that base 10, then you need a grenade with the lowest cooldown. And so, again, with all that said, I hope this has opened some of your guys' eyes to something that I wasn't even aware of. I definitely read this change back when it was a thing, back in December, but I just forgot. and I read Light GG's notes without really putting any more thought into it. Which, granted, if you still want to say Demolitionist recharges 10% of your grenade, that's totally fine to say that, because if you have the lowest cooldown possible, then it is about 10%. But just know that even with the most cracked demo chain reaction roll on a Forbearance, you're not going to be able to get that fabled 7-kill grenade without using something like fire bolts or healing grenades. If you're on Solar with that 2-minute 30, you're not getting it in 7 kills. So to finish out this video with a TLDR, Demolitionist is a bit more complicated than just 10 or 20%. The longer the cooldown, the less energy you get, maxing out at half. So luckily, it isn't that hard to grasp, but just be aware of this as you build your grenade-focused loadout. And now that is all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching. If you have friends that didn't know this, if you didn't know this, liking, commenting, subscribing to my channel, sharing this video is probably a good idea because, hell, I forgot. I know a lot of other creators have forgotten too. So let's maybe get this into some of their faces. Of course, if you want to support me and support the channel, but you can't think of a comment down below, Demolitionist. With that, as usual, I hope you are having a great day and I hope to see you around.